What's up, guys? ChaseOliver68 here, bringing you another Q and A number 25. Remember, you guys can send in your questions via inbox and all that other fun stuff. So let's get started with the questions. And remember, guys, send me an inbox if you want your questions asked for the Q and A. I know some people ask questions in the comment section, the last one, but it's mostly inboxing me is when you will get your answers. 12 Cavill Society asked me 4 questions. So 12 Cavill Society, I'm going to have to scratch out one of your questions. The question I don't really feel like answering because I feel the answer would be boring, and I don't like boring fucking answers on my Q&A. I don't know why. I'm just that type of person. But thank you for sending me in 4 questions, but I'm only going to answer 3. Since Power Rangers is doing a 20th anniversary movie, do you believe it should be a movie instead of 1 episode? Yes, it should be a movie. It should be fucking 5 episodes, motherfucker. I mean, seriously. These Power Rangers episodes, they're shit nowadays. Who remembers back in the day when you would go home to Fox and you would watch, or ABC, whatever, and you would watch every single day the Green Ranger, and that Green Ranger episode was 5 parts. That Green Ranger saga was 5 fucking parts. I mean, what happened to those days of Power Rangers where we would have 5 parts of episodes? Nowadays, like, the most it will ever go is like a 2 or 3 parter for an episode. And then honestly, they're lazy nowadays. And I would love it to be a 5-part episode type of thing, but it's going to be a 1-hour episode that's going to be a clusterfuck. But Power Ranger fans are going to overrate it just like they overrate Forever Red. I like Forever Red. It's cool to see the Red Rangers again, but in all honesty, it's just a waste. Do you watch? Oh no, that's a question I'm scratching out. Who was your favorite Disney motion picture villain? Jafar. He was a dick. I loved him, and he has staff. What do you think of Ultimate Warrior's return to WWE program since it's an interview of WWE 2K14 video game? It's great because that means he's going to be in the Hall of fucking Fame, and Ultimate Warrior is fucking awesome. That's just my personal opinion. I like Ultimate Warrior. WCW 3 Count 123 asked me, what was your top 5 questions that you received on your Q&As and that you've done? The top 5 questions that I've gotten, that's hard. That's a hard one. It's fitting for the 25th Q&A that I'm doing. It's very fitting. I'd probably say my first Leon question, because that was fucking hilarious and sounded like an idiot during that question. I think World Herald asked me a very good question, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. I don't know which question someone asked me, but the one where someone asked me about a cartoon show, and then I went on a rant talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! And fucking Beyblade and shit like that, where I was saying like it's stupid that people promote this shit and expect kids to actually believe it. It's ridiculous. Kids believe anything. Like, I remember that question because I went on a rant. Like, any question. Someone asked me about Stone Cold RKO 512 and if I miss him, and I gave out a really good answer there where it was just like saying like I wish there was more people like Stone Cold RKO 512 who like would respond to other YouTubers and do a good job with that, and was very active on his channel. He did a good job with that. I do miss Stone Cold RKO 512. Wish he would come back. I think John Kunt asked me some good questions. Like, I would be able to answer this if this was like my top 5 questions, like top 5 people who give me questions, because John Kunt is one of those people that give me really good questions every time. Like, I enjoy reading a John Kunt question. He has a funny ass username and he does a good job. World Herald's also another guy that would be on that list too. It's so hard to do the top 5 questions because you get asked so many questions, and then so many questions are very good. Like, this question would definitely be something that I would probably do a separate video on, and when I go back and I watch the videos, I try to do a little project with that. That's what this question would be. But I honestly, sorry if I can't answer this question fully or if I don't remember the questions. Just know I make like a lot of videos every week, and so, you know, I love doing the Q&As, but it's so hard to remember a question every week, especially when I get a ton of questions every single week. But some come up into my mind where I just remember them off the top of my head because they were very good responses that I gave. I'm like, if I give a good response for it, that means you gave a good question. Like, this question is a good question. What if during a match, WWE was near a zoo during any match on a live event / house show, a tiger broke out of the zoo and rushed the ring? What do you think fans and wrestlers and anyone who works for WWE do? Fans would fucking run out of that arena because they would be too damn afraid of a goddamn tiger. And then afterwards, the WWE wrestlers, the wrestlers would kind of be interested. I could see Titus O'Neil trying to take pictures of it. The thing about zoo animals, dude, like, they ain't vicious. Those zoo animals, they're like the nicest things. I mean, they will scare the shit out of you just because it's a motherfucking tiger, but those things are trained. WWE will call someone up from that zoo, and they will pretty much, you know, just get that shit done. They will get that tiger out of there in no time, but they would have to probably repay the fans the tickets because, like, a tiger just broke in. I don't know what place could actually do that. The only place I can think of is, like, the MGM. and Las Vegas where they have the Lions actually there. I think that's the only place where they could really take a pit. That's the only place where an animal could probably break into the arena. But I don't know anywhere else really. What did you think of Brian Kendrick and Paul London? Go watch my last Q and A because I talked a lot about Brian Kendrick and Paul London. And speaking of John Kunked, I was talking about him, and now he's here to ask me questions. And he asked me about a bunch of dream fight scenarios, like Kimbo Slice backyard fights. His first backyard fight he wants me to ask, predict who would win is Randy Orton versus Anderson Silva. Those two are my favorites. Anderson Silva is my favorite MMA fighter. Well, he's not my favorite MMA fighter of all time. That goes to Rich Ace Franklin. But Anderson Silva and Randy Orton, those are my two favorite currently in both companies, UFC and WWE. I would have to give Anderson Silva a front kick to the fucking face. He also asked me RVD versus Chuck Liddell, who would win that fight. Chuck Liddell, because I feel RVD would try to rush Chuck Liddell, and Chuck Liddell is very good when he's on the run. He's one of the best on-the-run fighters ever. And who would win between Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, versus Bobby Lashley? That's a good question. That fight would be something I would actually pay to see. I would think The Rock would win, just because I think The Rock may be stronger than Lashley and would have be able to take him down easily there, because he has a very good explosive. He's very explosive, The Rock, but so is Bobby Lashley. I don't think Bobby Lashley would be able to stand with The Rock. So either Bobby Lashley lay in praise the whole time and just fucking beats the shit out of him, or if The Rock just like goes crazy, which I don't know. I honestly don't know who would win that fight. That's an interesting fight. I would actually pay to see that fight. Will Ferrell #1 asked me, are the Facebook accounts of Dwayne Johnson and Philip Jack Brooks and other WWE superstars real or fake? They're most likely fake if they don't have a check mark next to their name. If they don't have a check mark next to their name, just know they probably are fake. Would you ever like to be a guest on my YouTube channel for a wrestling topic? I would love to be a guest, Will Ferrell #1, for your channel to do a wrestling topic. For anyone who wants me to be on their YouTube channel, I have no problem joining your channel and doing a wrestling video with you, or sports video, or whatever you want to do. I have no problem joining in on the fun. Who is your favorite football player of all time? Sean Alexander, Alabama football, and Seattle Seahawks football. I know a lot of people were thinking LaDainian Tomlinson, but it's Sean Alexander in all honesty. LT is one of my favorites of all time. They're probably tied, but it's definitely Sean Alexander. He's my favorite. The Savvy Yasman asked me, do you think the Toronto Raptors NBA franchise will be around with the next number of years? That's a good question. The Raptors, see, the problem with the Raptors is they're in Canada, and a lot of the American players don't want to be in Canada, because I know a lot of people don't know this about the NBA or players in general, but most players, if they lived in somewhere, they most likely don't live there 100%. They probably bought an apartment down there, or bought a little townhouse or a condo where they can live there during the season, and then in the off season they go to LA, they go to Miami, they go to New York, where they truly live. I wouldn't be surprised if some Raptor players actually live in New York instead of living in Canada. The problem is they can't keep talent, because a lot of the American players, a lot of the rich American players don't want to live there, because they're not from Canada. It's very foreign for them. You know, getting a Canadian citizenship is hard as hell. So most of them don't really like living there, and they would rather live in America, where they're very familiar with it. They're very familiar with the territory. They can live in a nicer place in America where they know they're comfortable. Toronto, if they don't get their shit together and they don't build a solid squad that can reach into the playoffs, I feel like if they keep missing the playoffs, I don't think they're going to miss the playoffs this year. They actually have a shot to get those 7 or 8 seeds. But I would probably say Toronto, maybe in 2018 or 19, they may be moving somewhere else, and probably down in the States, and we will lose the only Canadian franchise in the NBA. Whatever happened to Largest 85? We got into a fine, and he no longer comments on my channel. And he was like the only person I blocked, because he was very annoying to me. I'm sorry, I'm just not a fan of that person. Gold Standard 000 asked me, what would you be mad if I bashed your 2K game? Gold Standard 000. You can bash my family. You can bash my favorite sports teams, but never bash my 2K game. Never. Out of the teams that missed the playoffs in the NFL last season, who do you think has the best chance to make it this year? Give me your top 2 or 3 teams. The Saints, the Cowboys. Yes, I'm actually going on the Cowboys. I know. And the Pittsburgh Steelers. I really do feel the Steelers always have a shot. They're just, even though they're old as fuck, I get it. They always have a shot. Mike Tomlin's a G. Ja'al Pipoco asked me, what have you dreamed of lately? I dreamed that I talked to my grandma. Very sad dream for me. Have you ever been called a name in your life that has insulted you and put you down either via internet or real life? Four Eyes. And that's really about it. Four Eyes was like the worst for me. I just couldn't handle it in second grade. It was terrible. Nowadays, people can call me faggot and all this other shit. I don't give a fuck. I've just grown to that age where people insulting me, I'm just used to it. I'm just like, whatever. How come you wear contacts? I don't know if you guys can see it, but I have a fucking lazy eye and it fucking annoys the shit out of me. So that's why I wear contacts. I have terrible ass vision. My vision is fucking terrible. So that's why I wear contacts. King Romeo asked me, do you think those midgets Benoit and Daniel Bryan are super overrated by the likes of the internet fans, especially that asshole called the Lexman? Why is the Lexman an asshole? What? Why is the Lexman an asshole? I don't get it. I personally like the Lexman, but because they have great in-ring abilities, I guess. I feel they are overrated. I do feel like they get overrated a lot by a lot of internet fans. The problem is when you say like when you ask people why is Daniel Bryan good, I just say to me personally, I don't feel Daniel Bryan is like a lot of people are like saying Daniel Bryan's the best in the world and all sort of shit. And I'm like, CM Punk's still better to me. I feel like CM Punk's still a better overall wrestler to me than Daniel Bryan. Like Daniel Bryan's still lacking some skills to be a big star. Like it's just that when people say Daniel Bryan has a place to become a face of the company, that's where I draw the line. I'm like, no, Daniel Bryan's not a guy that you would want to represent your company or be a face of the company, in my personal opinion. Do you think the Lexman is in deep love with Daniel Bryan? Does he like the fat to DB posters and shit? And then he also wrote, haha, fuck the Lexman, and answer these questions, don't avoid them. Well, I'm answering them. I don't avoid any questions asked on the Q&As. No, I don't think the Lexman is in deep love with Daniel Bryan. I know he's his favorite, but I don't think he's in deep love where he has to fap off to Daniel Bryan posters. I think there's plenty of women in the wrestling world that he likes to look at, and I'm pretty sure there's a girl in his life that he loves seeing. So I don't think that he is in deep love with Daniel Bryan. That's all I pretty much got to say. Thoughts on Mitch and Jared from the Wrestling Gurus? I like them. Mitch is a cool guy. Jared's a cool guy. I really like talking to them. I haven't talked to Mitch in a while. And if Mitch sees this video, go right ahead and give me a call on Skype, buddy. So, yeah. Gray Fox asked me, do you think people who make excuses for Benoit are morons? Yup. He murdered 2 people. He committed suicide like a pussy. I'm sorry, I can't respect a man like that. What would you do if you saw a bunch of haters of the Lexman beat the shit out of him in a street corner? Would you help him or sit back and laugh at him getting his ass beat? Well, I would help him. I would help him. In all honesty, I would help him because I personally don't hate the Lexman. I don't hate the Lexman. I don't know how he feels towards me. I don't think he hates me either. We don't really talk much. We have different opinions in wrestling. I don't know. We just don't talk much. I would help him just because he's a wrestling fan like myself. I like helping other wrestling fans. Makes YouTube videos. He's very passionate about them. I would help him. I would help the Lexman from haters. I would probably get my ass kicked too, but it doesn't matter. Does the Lexman love Daniel Bryan and pro wrestling more than he loves his family? No. See, the Lexman does a good job. He shows his passion for wrestling, and he gets people to hate on him, and he gets people that he gets people to ask questions about him. He's doing a good job if you're talking about him all the time, and if you're really mad at him, he does a very good job on that. I really do like the Lexman's doing a very good job with showing his passion for wrestling and getting fans really underneath their skin. He does a very good job with that. So yeah, no, I don't think he loves pro wrestling more than his family. I honestly don't. I think he loves his family more than pro wrestling. Gerald Harold asked me, question 1, what does ChaseOliver68 think of Gerald Harold? Asked by Gerald Harold. I love you, Gerald Harold. You got fun in the subscriber. You're one of the fun subscribers. You've added a fun little tagline. Your name is very catchy as hell. You have fun with my subscribers. You know how to have fun in the comment section. You don't take this internet too damn seriously. You ask good questions. So, and honestly, I love you, Gerald Harold. You're an awesome person. What does ChaseOliver68 think of Cream Crazy? Asked by Gerald Harold. I don't know who Cream Crazy is, so send me his stuff and I'll give you a full answer via PM. Gerald Harold, question 3. Why does Leon hate ChaseOliver68? What did ChaseOliver68 do to piss Leon? Asked by Gerald Harold. I honestly don't know. He watched my live stream Q&A and he got really upset about that. So I honestly don't know what I did to piss off Leon. He just got really upset at me one time and he sent me an angry Q&A. I called him out and he never responded and he keeps sending me angry Q and A's. And we have a Leon question coming up soon, but we have a couple more people that have asked questions. Kazuya Mishima asked me, thoughts on Dude Love? Very good character, very creative, especially during the Attitude Era times where, you know, it was a lot of wrestlers were very serious, very edgy. Dude Love was kind of calm, cool, collected. It was something different for the Attitude Era, so that's why I like Dude Love. Thoughts on Funaki? #1 announcer in SmackDown fucking history. Fuck anyone else. Dude, Funaki was the best, and fuck that Kung Funaki shit. It's all about the regular Funaki, man. He's the man. Thoughts on 3-minute warning? A terribly done faction, in my opinion, but sick theme song. Sharoro Horror asked me, do you think most American women are scums of the earth with no class? Ooh. Most American women. I would say yes. I think most women do kind of act way too, I don't know. I'm not a feminist or anything. I like women. But some American women can be way in over their heads. But I would kind of have to agree with that. I think most American women could be, you know, kind of scummy. I don't know if you just had a bad experience with a woman as of late, Shororo. If you had, you can talk to me privately about that, because I want to know what made you want to ask this question. It's a very interesting question, but I would probably have to agree with you. Some American women are like that. What did you think of Black Rain, aka Goldust, and TNA in 2007? It wasn't really that great of a gimmick. I just thought it was just a forced way to get Judas Macias onto TV, in my personal opinion, because Judas Macias was just a terrible overall performer. What divas do you see returning to WWE in the near future? Kelly, and a bunch of other favorites that people miss. All right, guys, it's time for Leon Pascalote, and he's the Q&A monkey man. Thanks, man. Why does Gold Standard 000 have that stupid bowl haircut? It looks like a toilet plunger and shit on it. And then you also asked about Gold Standard 000. Why does Gold Standard 000 look so dumb? And Leon, I don't know if you know this, but Gold Standard 000 and I, we're friends. We talk on Skype. Okay, me and Gold Standard 000, we're buddies on here, dude. We talk about wrestling. We talk about sports. He's in my 2K fantasy league. I played fantasy football with the guy for 4 years. He's fun to debate with on wrestling. He's my Dexter buddy. We watch Dexter together. And in all honesty, I don't know why you're trying to bash Gold Standard 000 on my channel. He's a friend of mine. I like Gold Standard 000. He's one of these guys that, you know, I've connected with, you know, since I've started doing YouTube videos. So you're coming on here bashing my friend, my buddy, Gold Standard 000. That's ridiculous. Why are you trying to bash Gold Standard 000 and asking me dumb questions and asking about his bowl haircut, which he doesn't really have? It's just the camera makes him look like that. I'm friends with him on Facebook, and he doesn't look dumb. He's just a normal human being like everyone else. Everyone else people don't always look normal. People look different, okay? And I honestly, I love Raw, my buddy Gold Standard 000. I don't want to say his real name because, yeah, and stuff like that. And then you ask me this asinine fucking question. Why are you such an asshole to me for no reason at all? I have never done anything to you for you to be a dick to me. Are you a fucking moron, Leon? First of all, the first thing you've ever said on my channel, you asked me if I was fucking retarded. You asked me if I was fucking retarded, which is the dumbest question I've ever seen in my life. And then afterwards, you sent me a Q&A just freaking calling me a prick, saying that I'm cocky as hell, I'm a douchebag, and all this other shit. And then you keep sending in questions that fucking just really are stupid as hell, just insulting me. And I don't mind them, because I think it's funny just running down your ass because you're a fucking moron in life. But that's why I'm addicted to you. And then not to mention, you just insulted one of my good friends here on YouTube, someone that has helped my channel out in YouTube, someone that I talk to about professional wrestling, sports, and everything about on YouTube. He's one of my good friends on YouTube. You can make friends on YouTube. I know a lot of people think that's weird, but you can. And he's one of my friends on YouTube, and you go ask questions about him. I know you probably didn't know he was my friend, and I'll give you the benefit of the doubt there, Leon. I just hate that you ask these dumb questions. You just hate me for whatever reason. No one thinks you're in the right for hating me. Everyone thinks you're acting like an idiot. And in all honesty, that's the truth. Like, Real Harold, my homie, is like, why do you hate me? I don't know why you hate me. You have to tell me why you hate me. You just say I act like a dick to you, but you're the one who started it by saying those stupid Q&A questions. So, Leon, just understand. Stop being a dick. Ask normal Q&A questions. If you ask normal Q&A questions, I won't be a dick to you anymore, and we can forget about this. But I kind of do enjoy when you do hate on me, because it lets me go crazy on you, Leon. But in all honesty, Leon, I'm an asshole to you because you're an asshole to me. That's how it is. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, you're calling out my race and shit, dude. You're like, oh, you're not Asian. Not every Asian has fucking beady fucking eyes, dude. Come on. Learn your shit. Ms. the Champ asked me, chances of Castle starting this season. 80% chance he will start the season. Chances of Aaron winning Big Brother. 40% that she will win Big Brother. Why will McCray win Big Brother? Because even if Amanda leaves, McCray would have a chance to maybe take a target off himself by sucking in competitions on purpose, like not really doing good in the competitions. The only problem is with McCray is that he would have won. He could win this season and use Amanda perfectly. Like, I understand your points when you say that he can use Amanda and all that other shit. But the problem is with McCray is that he's already shown that he's good in the competition. So a lot of people are going to be like, we got to get McCray out after Amanda because he's shown that he's good in competition. He's well liked by everyone. He's playing a good job being liked by everybody. But he needs to know that, like, if Amanda doesn't leave, his game's going to be hurt in the long run. But I think that he could win Big Brother sitting next to almost anyone in that house, in all honesty. Final Limits 1 asked me 3 questions. What did you think of the Wides theme song? I love it. Very good theme song. I listen to it on a daily basis. It's a very relaxing theme song. What did you think of Sleeping Dogs? Ever played it? No, I have not played. Is Sleeping Dogs that one game with the Japanese? It's like Japanese Grand Theft Auto. I think I have played it. I have. Someone asked me about that, and I said I liked it. So yes, I have played it. I just had a brain fart there, but I have played Sleeping Dogs. Very fun game. Are you excited about GTA 5? And at the same time, are you afraid that it will cause your PS3 and Xbox 360 to freeze since it's a huge game? Yes, and you also added, you know, on my old, he added something on here, pretty much that is related to GTA 5. If you guys don't know, GTA 5, you need 8 gigabytes to download and to be able to play, you know, this game because it's going to be a huge game, and I am afraid that it's going to freeze my shit. He talked about how on his old 60 gigabyte PS3 when he got LA New York last year, it froze because from what because the game was really big. It froze on his old PS3, and that could happen with your GTA. But just know that they fixed that problem, Final Limits, because they're adding the second disc where you have to download it. Like, the first disc will be downloading that giant 8 gigabytes, so that way GTA 5 will never freeze on your Xbox. But that's a good question. But you will have to download GTA before you play it. So a lot of people are going to be doing that. Roy Poon asked me, when did you meet Rey Mysterio, since you have his picture with you on your avatar picture? I met Rey Mysterio at SummerSlam Access 2011, and honestly, I like that picture. Rey's an awesome person. He was fun to talk to. What do you think of Shinsden the prostitute? I don't know. He's never asked questions. I've never heard of him until now, so send me some stuff over. Do you find Kofi Kingston really boring with that Jamaican gimmick? Do you think he needs to turn heel or do something with his character who is more boring? Cena or Kofi? Cena's definitely more boring, but yes, Kofi Kingston is a boring character. They do need to change up his gimmick so that way he can be something big in the WWE. I think he has a huge upside, Kofi Kingston. WWE just needs to fucking push him. But Cena is definitely the more boring one out of the two because Cena has just been the same since like 2005. While Kofi, really, to be honest, he was a Jamaican that was very entertaining, and then all of a sudden Triple H buried his dumbass saying, like, aren't you African? And then afterwards he's just been a normal black dude. What would you think if after, Anthony C.U. asked me, my buddy Anthony asked me, what would you think if after SummerSlam, Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler formed a tag team called the Show Goats? Well, guess their careers are going nowhere in the singles division if Daniel Bryan has to be forced back into the tag team, if Dolph Ziggler has to be in the tag team just to get himself over. I guess their careers in the singles division are over. But anyways, guys, thanks for sending in the questions. You can always inbox me these questions. That's the best way to ask these questions. Just inbox me here on YouTube. You can follow me on Twitter at ChaseOliver68. You know, like this video, dislike this video, do whatever you want with this video. Share this video with your friends. Follow me on Twitter at ChaseOliver68. You know, I like to tweet and shit. And that's about it. So subscribe down below or clicking the little icon if you like me. I'm out of here. It's a Tuesday. Stay safe. Don't do anything stupid. School's coming around the corner. Tell me, guys, what you guys are excited about for school this semester if you are going to school. Anyways, I'm out of here. Peace!